Hello, my fellow internauts. How you doing? Storage has always seemed to be the bane of my existence, right? External hard drives, I got a gazillion of them around here. Some of them die. I just had one that's, it's on its way out. Let's put it that way. It was time to shop for yet another external hard drive when this came across the news wires here a couple of weeks. It said, look, if you're looking for a lot of storage, really inexpensive, this is the drive for you. And with the bonus, it has not only a 6 terabyte internal hard drive, but it also is a USB powered hub, all in one device. And it was $115 on Amazon. What my use is going to be is for my MacBook Pro. I'm going to hook it up to that, and I'm going to partition it if I can. I've never done this before on a Mac, but partition it into 2 partitions. One will be for Time Machine, and then the other partition will be to save my libraries from, or archive my libraries from Final Cut Pro 10. This will use one USB port, and then with one of the 2 USB ports, I can plug my external Samsung, with the 256 gig SSD USB 3 drive into that. So that's kind of the game plan. We'll see if it works. But to tell you a little bit about this drive, 6 terabytes Seagate, it comes pre-formatted for Windows. However, they do include an NTFS driver you can use for a Mac, or do what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repartition or reformat the whole thing for Mac and call it a day. There's also software you can download for backups, back up your photos, your music folders, that kind of thing, your documents, One Touch or on a schedule. And I think that's kind of pretty much it. And it's something to do with social media accounts. I'm not sure what's involved with that. But 6 terabytes for $115. And I have a USB 3 hub, 2 powered ports. And I should tell you, these ports are about 1.5 amps roughly, and so that should be enough to power or charge up your typical smartphone pretty quickly. Your larger devices, tablets and that kind of thing, require a little bit more, so it's going to charge a little bit more slowly. But other than that, I mean, it's still because I know external hard drives aren't all that exciting. Oh, let's do this for the thumbnail, shall we? There we go. Let's go ahead and unbox this, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get it set up on the MacBook Pro, and then we'll do a Blackmagic speed test. I'm not going to be using this to stream 4K video or anything like this. This is just think of it as a giant holding tank, right? I've been looking for what kind of drive is on the inside, what speed it is. You'd almost have to assume it's a 5400 drive, but I also seen where there was 6 gigabytes of flash memory involved with this. And maybe that's where they're storing some software. I don't really know. Let's get her opened up. And there's another seal. Oh, we're good. Unboxing. I think just think about that. How long ago has it been that 6? My goodness, you couldn't afford 6 terabytes. So this weighs a couple pounds. There we go. Some documentation. And then it's all in plastic. We'll put that off to the side. Got another part in the box. There we go. Make you work for it, don't they? I am going to assume this is the power plug, and I would be right. Included USB 3 cable, and then you have your wall wart and power supply. And let's go ahead and just open this up. Hopefully I'm not going to stab myself to death. I love that sound, don't you? There we go. There we go. And there it is. Kind of a glossy black on there. And there's your 2 USB ports right here. And on the back, you have your power adapter, and it looks like another USB port are back there as well. So there's your, that's your USB port to plug it into the MacBook or on your PC. These are handy. I got to thinking these are going to be handy for somebody that doesn't have a lot of ports, right? Maybe they've got a really inexpensive PC, doesn't have too many ports. Something maybe like a Raspberry Pi, something that's going to give you more ports. And again, you have the charging on there, which is really, really nice feature. It makes it a little bit unusual, I think, as far as the world of external hard drives go. Anyhow, I have my Amazon affiliate link to this down below if you're interested in one. I think for 115 bucks, it's a heck of a deal, and that's a heck of a lot of storage. So anyhow, I'll be right back after we get this set up on the MacBook Pro and see. We'll run a speed test on it and just see what kind of speeds we're getting out of it. Okay, we are back, and it was a little tricky getting this thing set up on the Mac because, of course, just jumping right into it, I ignored the start here pop-up that came on when I plugged in the drive. I thought, hey, I'll just do a simple erase, reformat it in OS 10, or was it OS 10 Extended Journal, and the disk refused to unmount, and then I couldn't do anything with it, so I had to reformat the drive back on a Windows PC and then copy over the Paragon NTFS driver for Mac OS 10. Once I did that, it saw it, and then I was able to run the utility, and now I got it up and running. So I'm not sure whether I can use this actually for Time Machine, because Time Machine wants to erase the disk. So I don't know, but of course my primary reason is to store my footage for my videos. So we're going to go ahead and start doing the Blackmagic speed test. So we'll come up here, we'll select the target drive, and it's the Seagate. Here we go. And now we're going to start the test. So we're getting a read speed or write speed of about 133 megabytes per second. And let's see what we're doing on the read. About 137. So that means you could actually, if you wanted to, 1080p video, you could probably go ahead and use that with Final Cut Pro. Maybe. I really wouldn't though. This is a massive storage drive. And so I think that is probably at 115 bucks is a great deal. If you have a PC, it's all set to go. Just plug it in, take off, and start using utilities or start storing stuff. With the Mac, you got to be a little bit more careful on how you do things with this. And I will check to see if there's a way to use it with Time Machine and to do the two partitions that I wanted to do. But right now, I'm quite happy just to have a 6 terabyte external drive with a USB hub. So yeah, that's it for the video. Look forward to your comments down below. I think for 115 bucks, it's probably money well spent. So here's an addendum to this video. There is a Mac version if that's the way you want to go. However, it wasn't available in the 6 terabyte size. There was a 3, 4, and it goes to 8 and 10. And the 8 terabyte was $159. And I thought the 6 terabyte for $115 was the better way to go. And in order to do what I want to do, and that is to use this with Time Machine and also partition and do all those kind of things, what I'll have to do is actually go into the terminal and issue some commands and reformat the drive through the terminal, and then that should work. Apparently this is not an uncommon problem. The way I thought it would work did not, but that doesn't mean the drive is not a great value, and I think it's fantastic. Maybe I'll just leave it on NTFS, because that way I can take it back and forth between the Windows machine and the Mac as well. Of course, you could partition in exFAT as well, but that would not work with Time Machine, which requires either HFS Plus, and I probably AFP, or was it APFS, something like that. At any rate, so yeah, I think it's going to be great and definitely worth the 115 bucks. So check it out. Link down below. Talk to you later.